Shoyo. I woke up and looked at the clock on my nightstand. 2:24 a.m. My headache was gone. My stomach was begging to be fed. I had slept through dinner. I went to the kitchen to get a snack. There was a plate of food in the fridge with my name on it. I reheated it and sat at the table to eat. Number 11, Tsukishima K. Once again my heart started acting funny and my stomach began to flutter. Why do I keep having this reaction when I think about him? What is he to me? Best friend maybe. But then why hasn't he come around? Why doesn't my family know him? I laid in my bed after eating and doing the dishes. Opening my phone, I looked at the pictures of him on his stats page. Something about it seemed off. I zoomed in on his face. His eyes. For some reason, the word contacts ran across my brain. But why would he wear contacts and glasses? Maybe they were fashion glasses. No, that doesn't seem right. It's the contacts, not the glasses, that stood out to me. Maybe he wasn't wearing them for his vision. But then, for what? I searched why would a person wear contacts and glasses at the same time. A site popped up about an eye condition where people have two different eye colors. Some people will wear color contacts to hide this. I thought about it. It made sense, but it still doesn't seem like the right answer. I was going to drive myself crazy. I shut off the phone and tried to go back to sleep. When I woke up, I heard my mom in the kitchen. She was on the phone with the school trying to set up a meeting with the principal. She was explaining the situation and asking about the requirements for me to start attending. The meeting was scheduled for 2 o'clock this afternoon. The principal told my mom that in order for me to return to school, I would need my doctor to approve it. He would also have to clear me for any physical activities. After they talked about all the details, the principal gave us a tour of the school and took us to meet the coach. Practice hadn't started yet, so they were able to talk. I walked around the gym. The storeroom for the equipment was cracked open. I went inside and picked up a volleyball. I tossed it in my hands a couple times. The light was dim, so I went back into the gym still tossing the ball. The more I tossed it, the more my muscle memory kicked in. Walking to the nearest wall, I tossed the ball against it. When it bounced back, my arm automatically stretched out in front of me. The ball landed on my forearms. I started close to the wall and worked backwards. Each time I was able to pass to the wall 5 times in a row, I took a step back. I kept going until I couldn't get the ball to hit the wall consistently in the same spot. Then I did the same thing but with my arms. I practiced passing the ball from one arm to the other, pausing every 10 passes to rest my arms. After 5 reps, I went back to the wall, passing to it one arm at a time. Then I served the ball to the wall and swung at it. I was lost in my own world. Someone put a hand on my shoulder. My mom was smiling at me. Follow me. The coach wants to meet you and introduce you to the team. I turned around. The gym had filled with the team, coach, and principal. They were all standing there looking at me. I didn't know what to say. How long have they been here? Smiling at them, I nervously spun the ball in my hands. Me and Mom started walking towards them. That's when I saw him. K. We were all walking to the gym. As we got closer, we could hear the sound of a ball hitting the wall. The team looked between themselves, confused as to who it could be. My heart raced in my chest. I knew exactly who it was. I felt him the moment he got to the school. When we walked in, his back was to us. I had to keep myself from running to him. Tadashi nudged my arm. He was practicing his spikes against the back wall. Coach and a woman walked into the gym. She called out to him. He didn't respond. It's like he was in a trance. She walked over and placed a hand on his shoulder. I could feel his nerves as they started toward us. He looked up and our eyes connected. Coach introduced him to the team. I barely heard what he was saying. I could see Shoyo fighting the urge to look at me. He was trying to pay attention to Coach. Shoyo responded to some question. I watched his lips move. Listened to his voice. He had my full attention. Part of me thought I was dreaming. I wanted to reach out and touch him. Just to be sure. You're staring, you know. He sounded far away. Tadashi nudged my arm again. What? I said you're staring. Coach was asking if he wanted to stay and watch practice. There it was. That smile. The real one. The sunshine-stealing smile. His mom left with the principal, saying something about paperwork. The team started setting up the gym for practice. Hi. Hey. I'll excuse myself. K, right? Yes. This might sound weird, but do we know each other? Tsukishima. You'll have time to chat after practice. Let's go. Wait for me after practice, okay? Shoyo. I watched the team practice. They were really good. I wanted to talk to him during breaks, but the coach or another teammate would start talking to me before I could get a chance. My mom came back about 10 minutes before practice was over. I told her she didn't have to stay. That was fine going home on my own, and that plus I wanted to spend time with the team. She hesitated. I promised to call if I wasn't home in an hour. She smiled at this, then left. I waited for him outside the club room. We walked along with the team. They talked to me about the upcoming season and the training camp. It felt good to be around people that weren't wearing lab coats. Once everyone had splintered off, we walked to the park. Do you want to sit by the pond? Sure. We sat on a bench. He was watching the moonlight reflect off the water. I was watching it reflect in his eyes. They're beautiful. He looked at me confused. Your eyes. They're beautiful. Thank you. Can I see them without your glasses? Of course. They're like colored glass. He smiled and shook his head. What is it? We've had this exact conversation before. We have? Yes. So then, we do know each other. How? We met about 2 months ago. But I was still in the hospital then. I wasn't even conscious. I know. After your accident, your spirit was separated from your body. I just looked at him. For some reason I believed him. I know how it sounds, but it's true. Do you know what a seer is? The word sounded so familiar. I searched my brain trying to dig up the definition. A psychic. Yes. There's more to it than that, but let's go with this for now. So. You're a seer? Yes. Okay. Anyway, while you were unconscious, we met, and my mom, who is also a seer, helped train both of us on how to use our powers. I have powers? No, your spirit did. Once a spirit is back in his body, they no longer have access to those powers. That sucks. He smiled. I promised to show you everything that happened after we met. And I will, but not tonight. You just got out of the hospital. It would put too much strain on you. Okay. So while we wait, can we hang out? The team is nice, but I only feel comfortable with you. Of course. We should probably head home now, though it's getting late. Okay. I need to call my mom. Come on, you can call her while we walk. I told Mom I was on my way. Do you really believe me? Why wouldn't I? Because you know nothing about me. True, but you said you and your mom helped me. So fact-checking your story is easy. I could simply ask your mom. Plus, what reason would you have for making up such an elaborate story? We walked in silence. It was the nice kind of silence, though. It was nice to just be with him. Neither of us felt the need to fill the space. He moved closer to me to make room for a man passing by. Our hands touched, and my heart and stomach started doing that flippy thing. There was a lingering tingle where we had touched. I thought he would move back over once the man had passed, but he didn't. Nor did he move his hand away. When our hands touched, I wanted to take his hand in mine. Resisting my urges around him was going to be difficult. We got to the corner where we had to split up. Is it weird that I don't want to go? No, I feel the same way. We stopped at the crosswalk. He looked up at me. Can I hug you? It's okay if you don't finally. After 2 months, I was finally able to hold him. Feel his warmth. He wrapped his arms around me. Your heart's beating so fast. He started rubbing my back. I'm just glad you believe me. I won't lie, I was nervous. Part of me was scared you'd turn me away thinking I was crazy or something. I don't think I could have handled losing you. He held me tighter. I smiled down at him. Don't worry, I'm right here. I resisted kissing him. Shoyo. I spent next week catching up on school work and watching practices. Kei and I spent a lot of time together. Sometimes Tadashi joined us. He even let me sit in on his Seer lessons. The more time we spent together, the more I fell for him. After the second week, my doctor finally cleared me to participate. Thankfully, the team welcomed me and taught me the plays that I had been studying and watching with coach. My mom has invited Kei's family over for dinner. Our moms instantly connected. They talked and laughed all through dinner. It took a while for Natsu to warm up to Kei, but they were friendly by the end of dinner. I took Kei to my room afterward. Looks like our moms are friends now. Yup. So I was thinking. Yeah. Will you show me, now? Please. You mean the promise? Yes. I want to know what happened. Okay. First, have you taken your medicine for your headaches? I took them before dinner. Good. Come here. I sat next to him. He took my hands in his. Close your eyes and relax. Images will start to play in your head. If it gets to be too much, tell me. We'll take a break and start again. Okay. We closed our eyes. I breathed slowly. It felt like I was in a daydream. At first I could only hear bits of conversations. Then a scene began to play out in front of me. I like you because you're smart and funny. You've never lied to me, so I know I can trust you. And despite only knowing me for a short while, you have worked really hard to help me. Oh, and you're really cute, too. How can you say such embarrassing things so casually? Because I don't think they're embarrassing. Your turn. I changed my mind because I started to like you. He spoke softly. This is the memory you wanted me to show you first. Us confessing to each other. Can I see them? I guess. Wow. They're beautiful. They're clear blue like your mom's, but they have flecks of green. It's like colored glass. Thanks for showing me. This is the last one for now. But. No buts. Mine. I want to know everything about you. Promise you'll tell me. I promise. Thank you for trusting me. Thanks for not running away. Sorry to tell you this, but you're stuck with me now. Good. I'm always right here. You okay? Depends on your answer to this question. Okay. Now that we've spent more time together, do you still like me as much as it seems you do in those memories? I don't just like you, I've completely fallen for you. Really? Yes. In fact, I wanted to know if you would like to start going out? Like be a couple? Yes. Shoyo, I want you to be my boyfriend. Yes. I will definitely be your boyfriend. Haha. Good. Hug? Yeah. We both stood, still holding hands. This sneaky boyfriend of mine pretended to go for a hug, but kissed me instead.